Hello everybody. Today I want to talk to you about fear of rejection and how to overcome it. In particular, I want to share with you later on the powerful metaphor of the bag of peanuts. But by the way, before I do, as you know, I like to connect this idea to a practical, real-life scenario. So about a week ago, I was talking to a client who was telling me how whenever he sees a potential partner, whenever he sees somebody that he found attractive, he is so afraid of hitting a no that he cannot approach them. And I listened to him and I thought, well, that is true, at least for some people. While at the same time, I know many other people who in the same scenario react in the opposite way. Meaning that they are so afraid of missing a yes that they cannot avoid approaching them. Now, this is not only relevant in relation to meeting potential partner, but it is relevant in relation to the way, the attitude that we have towards opportunity in general, in life. Especially when it comes to having to ask somebody for something. So, what I want you to do, I want you to ask yourself the same question. What's your main drive when it comes to asking somebody for something? Is your main drive the fear of avoiding the no's or the fear of missing the yes? Because the answer that you give to that question plays an important part in your life. It makes a huge difference in your life. And if you don't like your current answer, you can change it. But before you ask yourself that question, I want you to consider the idea that a no doesn't really take away anything from your life. It actually just leaves you the same way you were before asking. While instead, missing a yes may mean missing months, years of love, of opportunities, of success, who knows what else. And it's interesting because ultimately we think to understand this naturally. In fact, when we look back and think about a time some people told us no, we don't bother. In the end, we almost feel proud of ourselves because at least we know we didn't miss any opportunity. But the truth is that we keep thinking about all the times where we know we should have asked and didn't, and who knows what we might have missed. So the issues only exist in the end, in the present, because even only after a few moments we look back and we don't bother. So, in order to face this fear in the present, I'm going to share with you the metaphor of the bag of peanuts. In fact, I want you to think about a bag of peanuts as the sum of your opportunities in life, where the empty shell represents the no and the full one represents the yes. So I want you to imagine now, if you had an actual bag of peanuts in your hand, what would you do? Would you stare at each one of the nutshell 1,000 times before actually opening them, wondering whether it's open or not? What would you do? Would you spend hours doing that? And then when you finally go ahead and open one and it's empty, what do? Would you get offended? Do you take it personally? Would you say something like, oh, wasn't it terrible? It was an empty shell. I'm offended. I will never try to open one anymore in my life. Now what you do, if you pick it up, if it's empty, you put it aside and you keep opening the next until you find the peanuts, the full one. And then you fully enjoy it, knowing that the empty shell didn't really affect your experience. Now the same is true about real life, when the bag of opportunity is much bigger than any bag of peanuts, and yet we spend weeks, hours thinking about every single opportunity before we approach it, we will never experience the fruits of life. So guess what? If you heard a no, it was just an empty shell. Keep asking until you get a yes. And when you do, fully enjoy the experience. Enjoy the final yes even more. Yes! Okay, so that's all for today. It's time for me to lie down a bit and read a bit, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.